This is Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
That's right. So is the mother, so is their daughter. So whether you teaching your daughter to be a good wife to her husband, that's what she's gonna be. If you are here and you pumping Nicki Minaj or Cardi B and you teaching your daughter how to be a whore, that's how she gonna be. I don't think they heard it. I think they need you to read for them one more again.
That's right.
That's right.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
That's right.
That's right.
So if you out there and you teaching your daughter she can raise a household without a man, that's how she gonna be.
This is Ezekiel, and we the Hebrew Israelites from the rise of the chosen truth beyond the surface temple, where I had to edify our people and teach the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they are the chosen people of God, the Most High Yahweh in the Hebrew tongue, and his son Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We're here to teach this word in spirit and in truth.
That's right.
Only and according to thus said the Lord. The words in this Bible are true. They ring true for all of us. And we're here to let you know that it's time to wake up out your sleep. Playtime is over. The Most High is coming for his world. And you don't want to get caught up in the coming destruction of this land that we call America. This wicked land, according to the Bible, its name is Mystery Babylon the Great.
That's right.
We're here to let you know that if you want to come back to the word of the Most High God, you find it in his Bible, and we want to let you know that you have to obey these commandments, all of them. And with all that said, give it to my brother to let you know, so you can hear his message.
That's right.
Shalom, shalom. My name is Yachanan Maccabeus. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High Yahweh.
That's right.
In the name of his son, Yahweh Shai. And the first scripture I want to start off is Proverbs 1 and 21, I believe.
Bring it out.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 21.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse. Or 20. Start at verse 20. Okay, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, we love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
That's what I like to bring up today. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? How long will y'all just love partying and BSing? How long will you like turning your women into jump-offs? How long will you like not being there for your children? You know, this is a plan devised against you by your enemies for you not to be there for your children, so that you will have a weak household. From there, I want to go to the book of Mark, chapter 3, 24 and 25. The book of Mark, chapter 3, 24 and 25.
Gotcha. This is Mark, chapter 3, verse 24 and 25. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
That's right. And right now, we are a house divided against itself. We're divided against male and female amongst themselves. We got females that want to be hyper masculine against their men, and we got men that don't even want to be in the household and provide for his children.
That's
If you go into every other community except for the black and Hispanic community, we the only people that's endorsing turning our women into jump-offs, turning our women into whores, worried about turning them out and partying every night. How long will you simple ones love simplicity? How long will you divide your own household just like our enemies want us to divide it in half? From there, we're going to go to the book of Ephesians chapter 5.
Ephesians chapter 5, starting verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church.
No, turn them into jump-offs.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word.
So we need to sanctify our households. We need to make marriages, and we need to make them without blemish to the Most High, so they're acceptable and presentable to Him.
That's right.
You got to realize your children is out there watching you, what you're doing. If you're not making a marriage, then your children thinking that they'll be able to go out there and they can just walk around and have promiscuity in their life and just lay with this, that one, and all of these women, and all of these men thinking they can lay with all of these women out there, and all of these women thinking they can lay with all of these men. And that's not the way the structure is supposed to be set up by the Most High.
That's right.
You teach them to go out there and get all of these diseases that's been planted in our neighborhood. Because we're having all of these diseases because we're not keeping the laws of the Most High. And that's what we need to go back to be doing. Read.
Verse 27, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever hated his own flesh, but nourisheth it and cherisheth it, even as Yahweh the church. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Yahushua and the church. Nevertheless, lest every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband.
That's right. And we need to reverence each other without spot or wrinkle before the Most High. We need to love each other like we love ourselves. Loving our women like you love yourself, because you don't hate yourself. You ain't going to treat your woman like you shouldn't treat your woman like you don't love yourself. You know? From there, we're going to go to the book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. The book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall into whoredom.
That's right.
And the land become full of wickedness. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Kind. So we shouldn't be out here promoting our women to go out and dress in skimpy outfits. We shouldn't be promoting our women turning into whores. We should be making marriages like the Most High intended it to be. From there, we're going to go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8.
First Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel.
That's right. And we need to be out there as men. We need to be providing for our household. We don't need to be bums. We need to stop going to jail. We need to be there for our children. Not just providing money as child support, but we need to be able to show our young men how to be men.
That's right.
We need to be able to be there to show our daughters how to treat our wives, so that she don't just let any guy in the neighborhood just treat them any type of way. Respectfully showing them how a man is supposed to treat a woman.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If you take him another wife, her food and her raiment and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. Just take care of everyone.
That's right. So we should be out there taking care of our women. We should be taking care of their children if we make children by another woman and not leaving them because we made children by another man. I mean another woman. That's our responsibility.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
That's right. So we need to be able to teach our children not to be out there killing their brothers. Because if we teaching them, we grieving our enemies. If you let your son go out there and sell drugs to their people, if you let your sons go out there and you're not teaching them not to kill their brothers, you're grieving our enemies. Because you're doing the opposite of what our enemies want us to do. Our enemies want us to be out there selling drugs. Our enemies want us out there killing our people.
Con.
Our enemies want us out there treating our women like whores.
Con.
And that's something that's got to stop in our neighborhoods.
That's right.
All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, starting at verse 1. Okay, verse 1 to 3. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushua. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
The Americans went away and took care of the Taínos. They raped the Taínos.
That's right.
Happened in 1887.
Yes,
in
sir.
1887, what they fucking did is rape and killed our women and children. That's what the fuck they did.
That's
That's
right.
right. And that's why we got to take care of our own. Because they teaching us to kill and slaughter each other. We already know that our enemies is not going to take care of us. So it's our responsibility to take care of us.
That's right. All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushua is Elohim.
That's right. So women need to stop. And we need to let our men in the household and be the leaders in our communities.
That's right.
led by God. You following all these ungodly men that's just turning you into jump-offs. Some of y'all are sick in the head. Y'all watching Atlanta Housewives. And y'all thinking it's cool to have these bad guys. It's not cool to have the bad guy. Because if you have children by the bad guy, then your children will grow up and be the bad guy.
That's right.
It's time to bring back the black and Hispanic marriage in the household. It's time for us to love each other out in the community. It's time for us to show our men how to be men.
That's right.
Teach your children how to get jobs instead of stand on the street corner and sell drugs.
That's right.
That's what time it is. It's time for you to go in the house and tell your daughters to stop wearing provocative outfits.
That's right.
Right.
They need to be wearing modest apparel.
That's right.
Most of them out here dressed like a tramp. You can't tell the difference whether she's a modest chick or whether she's a whore.
That's right.
You got to reset.
1 Timothy 2. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, that shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
That's right. So we need to be teaching our daughters to be modest. Not to be drunk like the women they see on BT. Not to be drunk like they see the women on Atlanta Housewives. Not to be drunk with every guy in the neighborhood giving their goodies up to them. It's time to teach our women how to be women. It's time to treat our women like women.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, the Most High will judge.
That's right. So if you out there and you trying to be a whoremonger, you ain't trying to make a marriage, or you out there you trying to be a whore, you won't have a lake of fire. Thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
It's time for us to repent from this foolishness. It's time to stop sleeping around with everybody, turn our women into whores, and having diseases spread throughout our neighborhoods.
Looking for Ephesians chapter 5, verse 5. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 5. It says, For this ye know that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man who is an idolater, have any inheritance in the kingdom of Yahushua and of the Most High.
That's right. So if you keep living that life, you ain't gonna have no inheritance with the Most High. You ain't gonna stand strong in the kingdom of heaven. And right here, we trying to rebuild our nation.
This is 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
Keep reading.
And this is
Keep reading that.
and keep the charge of the Lord thy God,
That's right.
to walk in his ways,
Yep.
to keep his statutes and his commandments,
That's right.
and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whatsoever thou turnest thyself, that the Lord may continue his word which he speak concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee a man in the throne of Israel.
That's right. And that's the type of man or woman we should be in our communities. That's the type of man or woman should be following behind.
That's
One
right.
that's keeping the laws of the Most Highs.
That's right.
Instead of these men out here trying to turn our women into pimps.
That's right.
Instead of our men out here trying to get our women strung out on these drugs. We need to be building a strong nation. And it's high time to go back to these law, statutes, and commandments.
This is Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid, that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
That's right. So if you're out here laying with a woman, you're supposed to take that woman to be your wife. In this Bible here, it ain't no girlfriend and boyfriends. Soon as you lay with a man, you're supposed to think about that. You're supposed to think, am I going to give myself to this man? Is he going to make me his wife? Before you lay with a woman, you're supposed to think, is this woman good enough to be my wife? Are we going to be on the same page to raise a family on the same page? Is this of God?
This is Matthew 12, verse 29. Or else, how can one enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
That's right. And by binding the strong man, that's us falling for these traps. We out here standing on the corners, and we sit here like a bull caught in the net selling drugs with the cops watching us so that our enemies can tie up us and throw us in the jailhouse. But women, you ain't off the hook either, because some of the men want to be there, some of them want to work, and y'all putting the men on child support, and then they get locked up behind child support because y'all trying to get benefits off of our enemies.
That's right.
But don't you know if you trust in our enemy, that if you trust in the oppression, it's going to be like a beach ready to open? Like it's going to fall right on this place.
Con.
Never trust our enemies.
Never. Jeremiah chapter 31, starting at verse 29. In those days shall they say no more, the fathers have eaten the sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Salakia. Jeremiah 31:22. Salakia. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
That's right. So y'all think y'all the head of the household because the government give y'all a little bit of assistance? What you don't realize is that he using you as a tool against your own man. so that you can put him on child support and throw him in the jail, so he can't be there to teach his son how to be a man, so he can show the woman, his daughter, how to be a woman and how a real man treats is supposed to treat a woman, and you go right along with it. Go to Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12 through 13. Isaiah chapter 12, chapter 30, 12 through 13.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12 and 13. Wherefore, thus said the Holy One of Israel, because he despised his word. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12 and 13. Wherefore, thus said the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
That's right. So instead of doing what the Most High say and be a submissive woman to her husband, you want to trust in oppression. You want to trust in government assistance. You want to trust in housing instead of build a household with a strong man of the Lord, and y'all build and y'all work together and get a house and buy a house. So suddenly everything that you're working for is going to come to nothing.
This is Titus chapter 2, starting at verse 2. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed.
That's right. Some women are supposed to be good, chaste, keepers at home, sober, teaching our younger women how to be good wives.
That's right.
Instead, they're out here, they're teaching them to live off of the system. If you go out here to Great Brook Valley, you got 3 generations of grandmothers, daughter, and granddaughter living all in the same projects.
That's right.
And this ain't nothing but a repetitive cycle, because they don't want no man in the house. Because they rather live off of our oppressor. That ain't gonna protect them from nothing.
This is Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
That's right. So is the mother, so is their daughter. So whether you teaching your daughter to be a good wife to her husband, that's what she's gonna be. If you are here and you bumping Nicki Minaj or Cardi B and you teaching your daughter how to be a whore, that's how she gonna be. I don't think they heard it. I think they need you to read for them one more again.
That's right.
That's right.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
That's right.
That's right.
So if you out there and you teaching your daughter she can raise a household without a man, that's how she gonna be. If you teach now that she needs to develop a family with a strong man of the Most High, that's how she gonna be. But better yet, that's how she needs to be.
That's right.
Right?
That's
Bring it out, huh?
2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and there shall be fire be offset out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mistress women shall bring forth monsters.
And that's what's happening right now without a man in the house. Mistress women are bringing forth monsters. They're allowing the kids to go out there and sell drugs in the whole community. They going out there and they just fighting. They picking up a gun and busting people instead of doing like they did back in the day. If we had a problem, if we got to teach our kids, we teach our kids that they should throw hands and live to fight another day. But better yet, we should teach them that they should be there to love their brother. But we're not even allowed in the household sometimes because women won't allow the man to be a man and let him in the household.
That's right.
All right, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
That's right. So, with a woman in the head of the household, they leading us and causing them to err. Instead of letting the man come there, a righteous man come there and rule the household. It's high time, y'all. Y'all need to wake up from your slumber.
That's right.
The black family, the Hispanic family, is the deadliest weapon, and our enemies are scared of it.
That's right.
It's time for y'all to bring that back.
Bring it out, Doc. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
Bring out.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. That's right. And the head of the woman is the man.
That's right.
And the head of Christ is Yahweh.
That's right.
So, the head of the, according to the Most High, the head of the woman is the man. A man that's led by the Most High.
That's right.
So how you letting any man that you meet at the club come home and lay with you? That's not a man led by the Most High. That's a man that'll lead you to the bar for a couple of drinks so that you can open your legs. It's time for us to snap out of that.
Con.
It's time for us to go back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Con.
There ain't no other way. We done tried every other way. Women ought to try living in their house off of the government assistance.
That's right.
Men ought to try hustling and try to build an empire, and we don't watch it then crumble. Look at any drug dealer. After they done built up an empire, they crumble, and they all end the same, in jail, in the penitentiary. It's time for us to wake up.
All right, this is Sirach chapter 22, verse 4. A wise daughter shall bring an inheritance to her husband, but she that liveth dishonestly is her father's heaviness. She that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband,
That's right.
but they both shall despise her.
That's right. So a woman of God, she gonna bring an inheritance to her husband.
That's
Her
right.
husband gonna be proud of her.
That's
Her
right.
father gonna be proud of her.
That's right.
They're not gonna be worried about living off of child support. They're gonna be worried about building an inheritance
That's right.
with them and their husband and leaving behind a legacy for their children. It's time to wake up out of this foolishness, y'all.
That's right.
This is John 2, verse 19. Bring it out. Jesus answered and said unto them, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up.
Salakia.
All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9.
Bring out.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
That's right.
That's right. So if you out here, you turning out women into jump-offs, women, if you just want to be jump-offs, you're not going to inherit the kingdom. I just watched your Facebook the other day, and this chick, she had a song talking about, she told you she don't want to be booed up. You don't want to be booed up, you're supposed to be married up.
That's right.
We're supposed to make marriages.
Con.
Black marriage matter. Hispanic marriage matter.
That's right.
It's hard time, y'all. All of this foolishness that y'all going through, all of this folly, it's time to stop it. It's time to wake up.
That's right.
This is Sirach chapter 7, verse 19. Forego not a wise and good woman, for her grace is above gold.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. And if you have a faithful wife, you should stay with her instead of cheating on her. Instead of being a foolish man, you need to stay home and raise a righteous family.
That's right.
This is Revelations chapter 22, verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be.
That's right. So if you're a wicked man, you're going to have you a wicked woman. If you're a good man and you're a man of God, He's going to reward you with a woman of God. And it's time for us to know and discern. It's time for us to make marriages with godly women. It's time for us to have a family structure that's ordained by God. With the man as the head and the man being led by Christ.
That's right.
And with the woman being led by the man that's led by Christ.
Come.
And the woman teaching the daughter how to be a good wife to her husband.
Come.
It's high time, y'all.
I would say let's walk in the old paths, the way that the Most High established. This is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus says Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
That's right.
That's right. And we need to go back to these paths. You need to be a good husband to your wife.
That's right.
Wives, you need to be a pillar of rest for your husbands. The last thing that your man wants to hear after he done been out here in the world, after he done worked a hard day and dealing with our oppressors, is you to come home and hear you backing at it. It's time for us all to wake up. It's time for us to rebuild our families and our communities. It's time to teach our boys how to be men. It's time to teach our women to be ladies and not whores. It's time to wake up, Israel. My name is Yakanah Maccabeus, and this is my time. May the Most High in Christ bless you all. And with that, I say shalom.
Shalom.
Boom Yasharal.
Boom Yasharal.
Boom Yasharal.
Boom Yasharal.
Boom Yasharal.
Boom Yasharal.
All praises to the Most High.